Thank you, Joel. And thank you, Dean. That was absolutely beautiful this morning. And I wanted to begin with prayer, because there is, we're all in need of prayer, but there is a specific person that I want us to pray for. George Melton, who is on our core council, has spent some time back in Florida with his mother, who was having some health challenges, and she made her transition last night. Her name was Dean, and so I want us to do prayer in our affirmative prayer, what we call spiritual mind treatment, for George, for his mother Dean, and for their family. So if you'll take this time in whatever way is right and perfect for you, because I know that not all of us here today are steeped in the teachings and the methods of science of mind, but I know that in the mind of God, we are all connected into that oneness. And that's the place from which I speak, where I know that there is only one life, and that this life is eternal. I know that there is one mind, and that this mind is infinite. And I know that there is one power, and this power is absolute. And I choose to call this oneness God. And I know that I am a part of it, that in the individualized expression of who I am, God is, and I am part of that which God is. And because I know that this is the truth for myself, for my being, I know that it is the truth for all people, in all places, in all time. And it is true for all that is. For the manifest universe is the very expression of that which is the divine truth. It is not someplace out there. It is right here. It is within each and every one of us. So the truth lives right where we are. The truth is the individualized expression of who we are. And so I am using this time in this place to speak my word for the highest and the greatest good for George and for his mother Dean. I know that the life eternal is expressing itself as it has shed this physical form of the body known as Dean, the mother of George, and it has moved on into a greater experience, a greater expression, for life never ends. Life is eternal. And I know that in the heart and the mind and the body and the soul of George and his family and their friends, that each and every one of them, as they move through this time in this place and this idea of what appears to be a loss or a grief or a surrender, that they find the love and the light that continues on forever and ever, and that they hold that within their heart and their mind. And there may be someone that you know in this day and this time who has reached that point in which the physical body no longer serves. And so they have surrendered it. They have let it go. They have returned it back into the nothingness from which it came. And that they continue on in their individualized expression, because each and every one of us is eternal and immortal. That we are spirit. We have always been and always will be. And that we are using this physical form in order to transport ourselves around on this thing called earth. That this is just a moment in the eternality of our life. And because I know that this is good and very good, then I stand in a place of gratitude where I say, thank you, thank you, thank you for life, for every moment of life, for every expression of life, for every experience of life, regardless of how we perceive it or call it. I know that it is good. And so I surrender this life. I surrender every life into that which is the universal life, into the mind of God, into the universal law, where everything is already made so. And then I simply surrender to the power and the presence within. I declare that it is good and very good. And if you are in agreement with me, we say together, and so it is. So I take this time once again to welcome you here to the Center for Spiritual Living, Palm Springs. I'm Dr. Michael. I am the community spiritual leader here. And I want to bring you the message of truth as I know it today. It is not the same message that I knew yesterday, and it will not be the message that I will know tomorrow. Because what I understand about this thing called life is that it is forever changing, and we are forever moving forward and upward in that spiral of life that continues onward. And so wherever we are on our path this day, wherever you are right now, is exactly where you need to be. You are the perfect expression of Spirit having its way through you, as you, and is you. It has decided to be in you, as you, in this personality, in this experience, in this expression, right here, right now. And to the degree at which you understand this and you are willing to surrender into that higher power and that greater truth will be the degree in which your experience will reflect that which is already perfect, whole, and complete. And that's what it means to be a practitioner. That's what it means in our understanding of what we call practicing the presence. Our founder, Ernest Holmes, said that everyone who is studying science of mind or studying anything is a practitioner of whatever it is that they're studying. Now, some of us are licensed, and we can have a discussion about what that licensing means. But everyone who is in the process of practicing the presence, of practicing truth, of practicing the understanding and the wisdom that they have in whatever aspect of life that they are approaching is a practitioner. So welcome to the life of a practitioner. Here you are, already practitioners. Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah.
Now, some of us have been doing this for more than a day or two. And when we reach that point where we have really, in essence, kind of done it all. You know, we've been a practitioner, a licensed practitioner for quite some time. Then we reach this standard, as Dean was talking about, you know, where you get these letters behind your name. And then at some point, you are bestowed an extra little acknowledgement that says you are a practitioner emeritus. That means you've done it all. And today, sitting high watch over here on the left side of me is Virginia Cummings, who is practitioner emeritus. She's been there, done that. She has been a part of this movement called Science of Mind for some years to come. She has taught some of those who we consider to be the greats in our movement. She has been with them in time and place. She has brought forth her presence, her understanding, and her wisdom. And what she will tell you if you go and speak to her after service is that she still has work to do. There is still a place for her. There is still understanding for her to discover. There is still life for her to experience. There is still more joy, more prosperity, and more love to be revealed in this personality that we know as Virginia. And so we continue to support her in that experience, that she continues to stay around, that she continues to be a part of who we are, that she continues to bring her wisdom and her truth and her presence into our community. Because we do not do this alone. We are meant to do this in a collective group. Just as we know that any infant who is not loved, who is not held, who is not comforted, who is not cared for, will soon lose life. Because it's important in the human form that we have connection, that we have meaning, that we have purpose.